lot of people tell me I'm a late mate, so that might come in handy today. But I'm doing a few, I like to think of it as a sort of fun sandwich. I'm starting with a serious poem and doing some silly, funny, jokey ones, and then a couple of serious ones to finish with. So the first one is called Power Games. You tried to buy me, like I hadn't a clue I would be dancing to your tune until the bitter end if I hadn't listened to suspicions about the nature of your friendship and quickly blocked the trend. Since then, I've never been your favourite, that's been pretty clear. But I've been consistently conciliatory in the face of your hostility, coping brilliantly with your conspiracy to spread a heap of dirt, knowing it would hurt, hoping for retaliation. Well, now it's worked. You've elicited reaction, but not the one you wanted in your sad, stunted imagination. The worm has turned, and you will squirm, as knowing it's too late to negotiate or arbitrate, you wait for your fate to be revealed. All I have to say for now is that it's very firmly sealed. Well, a couple of, three less serious ones now. I'm an atheist, and a committed atheist, I absolutely don't believe. But this is a poem about what happens when you die. Maybe I'm wrong. I may be wrong. It's called Death of an Atheist. My final breath was in slow motion, painful, fear sneering as I realised how wrong I was to be disdainful at the notion of a God. Once death was done, all fear dissolved. The vengeance and spite our religions involved, mere myths passed down from days of old. All I saw were visions of dreams. Birmingham winning the Champions League. My body without a ear dot. Katie Hopkins' mouth taped shut. Her keyboard rammed firmly up her butt. No one thinking I am weird. My gingerness disappeared. Kylie's backside in its prime, sitting on this face of mine. all my numbers coming in. No mission existed to punish C. And God herself was something else. Like all the women I've ever desired, all fantasies rolled into one, calling me, inhibitions gone. Excitedly, I screamed their names as that sexy motherfucker tossed me to the flames. But the next one, somebody suggested I should try writing an anti-poem. And that, it seemed like an odd concept. I thought, well, no challenge too big, no challenge too small, let's give it a go. So this is an anti-poem. Joy. Oh joy. Oh joy. When I was a younger boy, I would have kissed you, etc. if you hadn't been my mother's sister and lived in Leicester. But you had no interest. Said it would be classed as incest. And being the family bore, I couldn't possibly break the law. Now, your boobs are sagging. And I'm deaf to all my nagging because I've got no interest anymore. I didn't like any of the others. They were mother's sisters, but more like brothers, smelled of wee and looked like me. But Auntie Joy, she was a stunner. It's such a pity I've never done her. The next one is, I get really fed up of all these health scares and this causes cancer and that causes cancer and this is going to kill you, now it's going to make you healthy, now it's going to kill you. And this is about it's called Whatever It Is, It Causes Cancer. Cancer is caused by smoking, we can all be sure of that. Now they say it's caused by bacon, sausage, processed meat, and probably a pork pie hat. The bacon link comes from a good source, but probably not HP, of course. Who was it? It was who? Oh, it was WHO. Fuck. Let's all get in the queue for chemo. I don't read tabloids like The Sun or The Mail, but I get to hear each week without fail something new will assail my cells and give me the big C of the lungs or the bowels. All sorts of things you wouldn't expect would never connect in a million years. like the stress and strain of having a bet or listening to Ollie Murs. Defecating, decorating, celebrating, fornicating, masturbating, getting married and separating, slowing down, accelerating, praising or berating, table waiting, frying, baking. The list just goes on. Saturating, worry-making, flirting, working, shirking, twerking, gherkins. Has anyone seen a twerking gherkin? Cold sores, green doors, maybe even shaking Stevens. Dirty floors, squirting whores, dead bores. Though you could reason Cameron escape, of course. Smack, crack, burger chain cat, flapjack or any cheap snack. Talking, stalking, tightrope walking, Stephen Hawking, Jeremy Corbyn. Yes, especially Jeremy Corbyn. Comic Corbyn causes cancer, read all about it! If they can scare you, they will dare to. If you take these sooner or later, they'll sell some extra papers by claiming it can give you cancers. I think I'll just ignore them and take the chances. Back to the more serious stuff now. The next one is a political poem. It's called Turning Point. For years, to the anger of those who saw the facts suppressed, the grip of fascist propaganda crushed the bones of truth and held impromptu feasts on its decomposing flesh. Relentlessly, the malice of the few was spoon-fed to the masses, with flashes of paid-through booed to buy attention, distracting from the real intention, reinvention of the powerless working classes. The people sleepwalked into it, bought the opportunist sheet of the getting richer rich, who strips us of every stitch of hope, granting them their dearest wish of building on the legacy of the infamous Grantham witch. We fell so hard, as if by magic, even our so-called party of the left became bereft of hope, as it sold itself to those who preached the only way to beat them was to join them, leaving desperation embroidered on the decimated social fabric. The gap between them and us, best off, worse off, master, slave, got stretched and ever more grotesque, with immigrants and welfare cheats apparently to blame. But time ticks by, society starts to question why. Scare stories, smears, hate campaigns are not immortal, just immoral. Anything stretched far enough will snap. The damage often bouncing back on those who seize the error forcefully enough to choke them on their power. The left has got its voice back. Delusions of what we need to succeed. Austerity dreamt up by privilege and greed are finally beginning to show some cracks. Now is the time for a fight back. Burning down the cul-de-sac of misery and need, ending the prevalence of I'm all right, Jack, and for the prisoners of poverty to be freed. And the last one, this was written just after the horror in Paris a couple of weeks ago, and it's called A Murderers, Not Muslims. Amid the chaos of screams and sirens, confusion reigns. City of love becomes a hellhole of hatred, and the world will never be the same. Indeed, many won't ever be seen again. Lives wasted in an orgy of spite, designed to stir a backlash, make us fight against decent people of belief, to justify more sickening deeds when extremists can claim their right, recruiting more brainwashed fools to drown in pointless pools of blood. So many fall into the trap, turn on Muslims who despise this crap. Insanity that spreads across the map as they see their faith being hijacked by the mentally unstable. Such nightmares cannot be curbed until we note the absurdity of following the thoughtless herd, engage our brains, let decency be heard. I'm an atheist and proud. Will shout out loud I'm an infidel. But Muslims, I respect you. Christians, Hindus, Jews, and all others too. As individual human beings, I love you till you give me reason not to. Bigots, racists, xenophobes, you feed the beast. Remove the blinkers, take a look at facts, and see the real brutes for what they are. not what propaganda tells you. Remember what the Daily Mail said about European Jews in '39. They're playing the same part now in a different suit. Refugees didn't commit the horrors in France, though some will take the chance to bend the truth and tell you something else. If ever Britain faces catastrophe and you feel the need to flee, you'll no doubt see it as your right to take flight anywhere you choose. Just hope they let you through, not take a quick, suspicious look at you and say, you're not a refugee, but an opportunist killer continuing Blair's legacy. Thank you.